Good morning. I'm not doing a statement. I'll just open up for questions.
Okay, I'll start. Tax breaks for the arena, proposed and voted on Monday by the city council, passed pretty overwhelmingly. Now we hear on Wednesday they're going to defer it because of concerns that many have raised. What are your thoughts on that issue?
I think we have one of the best arenas in the country. It consistently is ranked one of the top performing arenas. I've been very pleased with the management and the quality of shows that we've been able to bring. It is a very family-friendly venue, and I will continue to look for ways to enhance the venue and what we're able to bring. I'm not convinced that the proposed tax break makes sense for Baltimore's overall competitiveness, nor do we have any information to suggest that by implementing the tax that we would get more, more acts. When you think about it, we have, the Bruce Springsteen, Rihanna, Garth Brooks, Luke Bryan, Janet Jackson, Maroon 5, Motley Crue. We've got a bunch of great acts that are coming, and I want to make sure that we continue to support the venue to keep it competitive as well as the other venues that we have in the city.
Mayor, over the past, going back at least 10 years, there have been multiple requests for proposal, requests for qualifications, plans, then the Willard Hackerman's plan, all these plans for a new arena. And yet today, where are we today on the question of a new arena?
There was a push to move the arena, to not move the arena. When I became mayor, I decided that we needed to take a fresh set of eyes and look at some other options. I was intrigued by the Hackerman proposal, but it never materialized. I think we've taken a look, BDC has taken a look, my economic development team has taken a look at some other venues to see if there's a way to, for a significantly less amount of money, to be able to do some upgrades so the venue is updated, it's fresh, it's still competitive without losing too much, without having too much blackout time. So we're taking a look at that right now.
And is that an active consideration, is to try to?
I think I would consider it an active consideration to see if it's possible to do major renovations.
And is there thought about how much something like that might cost?
I do know that my team has those estimates. Off the top of my head, I do not.
Do you have any deadlines or timelines, thoughts of trying to push this through before the end of your term?
Not deadline before then. I'm certainly going to push to make sure that everything that we can do to move it along is done, but I don't have any hard deadlines on that.
Anything else, guys?
Yes.
Oh.
Madam Mayor, what was your reaction to the video of the school police officer slapping and kicking the young person?
As a parent of a Baltimore City school student, I was appalled by what I saw. The behavior that was demonstrated on the video is certainly something you never want to see anyone treated like that, but certainly not a school officer acting in this way, and particularly with a young person. So I know that the school is investigating it. I know that it surfaced late yesterday and the investigation is going on, and I support that investigation because I just never want to see anything like that happen again.
There have, just as a follow to that, on kind of a broader question, there's been rather public sniping, criticism about the CEO and the leadership. Where do you stand on his leadership?
I think Dr. Thornton has one of the toughest jobs in the city, being the head of an urban school district that has the amount of challenges that we have, and for as long as we've had them, it is a very, very difficult job. And while there are many people pushing for progress, there are also people that are very satisfied with the status quo, and there are a lot of moving pieces. I've been supportive of Dr. Thornton's effort to, for fiscal accountability. He's put some things in place that are saving the school system money. He is unafraid to uncover even things that weren't favorable to the school system, but because he was determined to root out waste and abuse, brought up things like the phantom enrollment numbers. That seems to have been a problem that existed for years, and I applaud Dr. Thornton for having the guts to take that issue on to bring it to the light of day so we could resolve it and move the school system forward.
Can I ask about another school issue, which is funding?
Mm-hmm.
Delegate McIntosh has a bill at the state level that would change the education funding formula to account for things like TIF districts. In my eyes, that could remove an impediment to future TIFs. Do you see this bill as impacting potential development opportunities in the city in the future?
I think that it is a bill that, if it moves forward, it will be very important to get it right, in the sense that I don't want any unintended consequences any way around. I want to make sure that we're able to get the amount of school funding that we need to ensure that we continue to see progress in the school system. And I don't want there to be a slowdown in the economic development in the city. So I know that my team is looking at it now. We've been in good communication with Delegate McIntosh, and we'll continue to do our work, our due diligence, to make sure that whatever moves forward that has the, we know what intentions are, and then, we've seen some legislation that has had good intentions that have unintended consequences, and I certainly want to make sure that's not the case here.
Mayor, Chair of the, or Secretary of the DNC, Super Tuesday last night, big wins for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. What do you think about those results?
Yeah, I get it. I'm very blessed to have a national position with the DNC, but I'm focused on doing the work of the city. I think the turnout was good. I was pleased about that. I'm more convinced than ever after seeing what we saw yesterday that we will continue to have a Democrat in the White House. But other than that, I don't think about a lot of it.
State of the City on Monday. It kind of rubbed me as a very reflective speech of your tenure as mayor. But I wanted to know what would be your hope for a takeaway that people took from your speech?
It was a bit reflective, but it was also hopeful and optimistic about what is possible, and also realistic and pragmatic about what needs to happen and the tough decisions that will continue to have to be made if we're going to see progress.
Madam Mayor, going back to the video, I mean, when a video like this comes out, how does this set back your efforts, the commissioner's efforts, to connect with the community and say, the police department is being different, we're changing things, you want a better relationship? I mean, does a video like this severely impede those efforts?
I think any time there is a law enforcement officer, whether it's a school police officer, whether it's an officer in New York or in LA or wherever, anytime there is a person with that level of authority that seems to be abusing that authority, it impacts all of us across the country. It certainly is not helpful as we work to build those bridges of trust, to see that level of mistreatment. So I don't know any way else to say it. It's certainly not helpful to continue to see individuals act in a way that is so appalling.
Anything else, Beth?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I always like it when we outlast them and they have no more questions.
Yeah.